Hi Tech Lovers and welcome to another episode of the Tech Hub. In this episode I am unboxing and reviewing the Minisopuru iExpandMate Mac Mini Dock MINI218BPRO. Let's get into it and let's start the episode. Okay, so let me give you an overview and my initial thoughts here. So Minisopuru reached out to me. I've already reviewed their iMac version of this hub, which I think is the best dock for an iMac. Check out that video. The link to that video is below and I'll stick it over here. And they also sent me this one, which is for a Mac Mini. Now they did give me a choice between this one, which holds the Mac Mini vertical, or the normal traditional stackable horizontal one. I went for the vertical one because I've seen so many of those horizontal ones. I hadn't seen a vertical one, so I thought this was quite unique. Plus the only difference is on the horizontal one, you get a HDMI port. On this one there isn't. I don't actually need a dock for my Mac Mini because I have my TS4. However, what I am looking forward to taking advantage of is, just like the iMac version, is the NVMe SSD. So I'm super looking forward to using that, and that seems to be kind of their SOP for the company, is to add in these super fast hard drive ports. So this one does add other ports. So let me run through the specification now. So let's dive into an accessory that promises to elevate your Mac Mini experience. The Minisopuru iExpandMate Mac Mini Dock model MINI218BPRO. Let's explore what makes this dock a notable addition to your setup. So first off, the MINI218BPRO is designed to complement the Mac Mini's sleek aesthetics while adding a host of connectivity options. Here's what it brings to the table. So USB ports, it's got one USB-C 3.2 Gen 2 port supporting up to 10 gigabits data transfer. It has one USB-A 3.2 and two USB-A 2.0. It has two card readers. It's got an SD and a TF card slot. So you've got the large and the smaller SD card. It also has the audio 3.5mm headphone jack for audio output. Now, the main thing here and why I'm interested in this company and their products is their internal M2 SSD slot with NVMe hard drives. And there's a bunch of different sizes, as in physical sizes, but also up to 4 terabytes. So one of the standout features is the innovation vertical design. This not only saves desk space, but also enhances airflow around your Mac Mini, adding in that better heat dissipation. Setting up is straightforward. The dock aligns perfectly with your Mac Mini's form factor, ensuring a seamless integration into your workspace. With the addition of high-speed USB ports and card readers, the Mini218BPRO expands the Mac Mini's connectivity, making it more versatile for various peripherals and storage solutions. So if you're looking to enhance your Mac Mini's functionality without compromising on design, the Minisopuru iExpandMate Dock MINI218BPRO is worth considering. So let me unbox it, let me set it up and give it a test. Okay, so let's get this thing unboxed. Like the rest of their products, it's very much the Apple quality of boxing, which is great. Here we are. It's looking good so far. Good craftsmanship with the box, good quality materials. And here we are. Nicely protected. That's the instructions and screw set and screws for the hard drive that we will be installing. And here it is, look at that. So USB-C, matches the color perfectly. Look at that. I think it's great, it matches it so well. So we've got the card readers at the front, you've got the 10 gigabytes here, the USB-A 2s, this is the USB 3.2, and the audio right here. Now, I'm probably going to keep my Mac Mini where it is. I kind of like showing it off and it looks good under here. Anyway, like I said, I am going to make use of this. I've cleared a space at the back here because I really want that hard drive. So, and let's install the hard drive. So I got a bit of a better quality one. So the one I got for the iMac was just a cheap one that I wanted just for a time machine backup. I'm also going to use this as a time machine backup, but I want to get a quick one, so I got a WD Black. This one's a 1 terabyte. So I'm hoping for really good benchmarking scores when I set it up. So here's the A hard drive, the NVMe SSD. I said it comes with everything you need, the Minisopuru kit. So the instructions are just on here. Literally unscrew it, take it out. I'm expecting it just to be like the iMac hub version. Here we are. Yeah. So basically, you unscrew this to whichever height because it supports all these different lengths of SSDs. So you just line up the ports in at 45, push it down. There we go. So it's going to be the end one. So it is, actually this one's a lot better than the iMac one. The iMac one was a bit fiddly for me to get the screw in, but this one, hopefully, I should just have to push that in. That's it. It's in. It's literally in. That's it. Well, I guess this protects it, or it's some form of heat sink. I'm not sure. Here we go. Probably protects that and its heat sink, probably. So it's that simple. And there we are. It's good to go. Now, of course, if you're not using the SSD, you can just plug it straight into the and use it straight away for ports. Shall I have it up here? I'm not sure. I think for the purposes of the video, I'll set it up like it's going to be there. So let me get that sorted. Okay, so let's get this set up. I am going to put it on as intended, but I did just plan to put it here, but I don't think I'm going to have the room for it now to put it there in the little gap I've got. Here we go. Sits in really nicely. Let me plug this around the back. So let's see how that looks behind. Here we go. Just have to initialize the drive and it will come up. So that's what came up then. So there it is. I'm going to call this my Mac Mini time machine because that's what I'm using it for. Let's do a speed test on it. Wah wah wee wah. So I did do a test on my I've got an M1 Mac Mini hub. I just keep at the side that I kept for the hard drive. That one I thought was pretty quick, but to be honest with you, this one is even faster. That's nigh on getting on a gig, which is incredible speeds. No doubt the quality of the hard drive that you get will depend, but I'm super happy with that. And in fact, that's almost approaching the speed of the internal hard drive. So, you know what? I'll tell you what. I wasn't planning to keep it there. I was hoping I could fit it in the gap here and just use it for the hard drive. But right now, I'm happy with how it looks. I'm going to keep it as it is because right now I've got all these ports here. I've got a million ports. I love the look of it and it doesn't look out of place. It doesn't look quite as good as the iMac one, which really does match. However, I'm really happy with how it looks. And for now, I'm going to keep it as is because now I can access all of those ports really easy. I like to switch out this one here, which is my TS4 into my Mac, my MacBook or my iPad. So that's even easier to get now. I don't have to go over. I can just come at it from the side. So I'm going to leave it plugged in there. But so far, loving the setup, loving the unboxing. Okay, so much like the iMac version video I did, I'm not testing the specific ports. I believe them on the speeds. But the setup was extremely easy, even putting the hard drive in, and that's the niche for me, these hard drives. That hard drive speed was pretty much one gig. My similar SSD I've got here, and actually the one in the iMac, because I got a cheaper SSD for it, was only about 400, 500, which is still a great speed, don't get me wrong, but because I invested a bit more money in the actual SSD I've got for this, It's 900 gigs. So you might think it's a bit of a waste having just a time machine on such a hard drive. However, because I do swap out my machine and when things do go wrong, for me, waiting for a time machine is just so painful. My experience using a Samsung T7, which is around about 500 megabytes speed. For me, it takes about an hour and my machine, it can go from restored to back up and running. I'm using it. This one should be even quicker. So I really don't believe it's a waste. I can, of course, I've got plenty of hard drive space. I can chop it down the middle as a partition like I did on the iMac and use it for storage too. But right now, because I'm running a 512 internal hard drive, I don't need that. So for me, it's perfect. And that's a perfect use case for this. If you have got the smaller hard drive though, so if you've got a base model M4 Mac Mini, partition it and use it for storage or just storage. But for me, this is an ideal candidate for a time machine hard drive. You will see the benefits in it and you'll never lose anything and everything's backed up. So very successful testing. Okay, so let me summarize. So they are a brand new brand to me. Like I said, they reached out to me. But Minisopuru, I'm absolutely loving your products and their niche very much is those internal hard drives. I could not be happier with both of their products, the iMac Dock and particularly this one. As I said, I wasn't planning to keep it there, but right now I love the look of it. I'm going to leave it there. Hopefully, not that it needs to grow on me, but I take some getting used to with the look of my setup. But as it stands, I really like it. So hopefully you'll see it remain there. If it's not, I will still be using it for the hard drive. But right now, it's a quality product. Super happy. Thank you, Minisopuru. Now, if you wish to purchase this, I've got a link in the description below that takes you straight to their website. Usually, the recommended retail price is $103 for this one. However, right now, at the time of this recording, it was £79 in a sale, and they do offer discounts to brand new customers. So, is it worth the $103 recommended retail price? Yes, but remember, you do have to buy the internal hard drive separately. But this will give you longevity, it gives you those extra, it gives you ultimately those USB-A's that you were missing, the card readers that you were missing on the Mac Mini, and gives you an extra hard drive. So what's there to complain about? Now, as for vertical against horizontal, like I said, I chose this one because I've seen so many horizontal ones and I'm a bit bored of them. Vertically, it looks great. It's messing with my mind a bit that the Apple logo is sideways. But that's the only thing I would change. I think it looks great and it doesn't take up any more room. In fact, you could argue it takes up less room than the actual footprint of the Mac Mini there. Okay, so that's it for today's review. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that bell icon for more tech insights and get notified when I publish videos. Please follow me on Instagram and Threads at TechHubWorldsUK and check out my website at www.techhubworldsuk.co.uk and I'll see you on the next episode.